All right, what is going on? Just a couple quick announcements before we get to the show because it is long. Meech is not on the show this week as he was on vacation, so it's just me and Dubs. Hopefully, we carry it through. And actually, I guess it's not a couple. I guess that's the only thing. All right, let's start the show.
Stone Sports. I am Bert, aka Bert Schilling, aka Bert Vile. I have with me just Dubs this week. What up, Dubs?
Здравствуйте.
What's going on, man? How's the week been?
Been all right, man. It was that last final grind for work, that last, what do you call it, late season push.
Yeah.
10-day vacation
Playoff
right
push.
now.
Yeah.
Playoff push, yeah.
Wait, you're on a 10-day vacation?
Hell yeah, bro. I gotta go pick up Papa Dubs tomorrow morning.
What
By
are
the
you
time
gonna
this
do?
comes out, he'll be here. I was basically just gonna chill, hang out. I need a fucking break from life.
Yeah.
And that's what that's gonna be.
I mean, I did that like a month ago. I took a week off and just didn't do anything.
That's pretty much what this is gonna be. We might do like a day or two doing shit. I'm probably gonna have a party. But
Word? Yeah.
I need a break from being a fucking human.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. Sometimes you
and
just
I haven't
gotta...
hung out with Pops in about 3-4 years now. So
Right. I mean, we hung out virtually, but
virtually, yeah. We're gonna play Resident Evil 2.
Nice. I used to when I was like, I don't know, I was probably 21 or so. A friend of mine rented an apartment, and he had a roommate who was like 30. And he had a giant ass projector in his room, and we would just sit up there all night just smoking weed and playing Resident Evil. We played like all of them up to that point, all the way through, because that was what 13 years ago or so.
I think I've told you about this. My the like last group of people I played Overwatch with, because for people listening, I'm sure you've heard us say it before, but that's how me and Birdie met playing Overwatch. I joined this lobby, cracked a couple jokes, and then here we are 3 years later.
It was more than cracked a couple jokes. We won like 12 games in a row, and I was like,
"That's
"You're
true."
my
We
new
played
best
for
friend."
we played for like 8 hours, and we didn't lose. And I was like, "This team is elite," and then we've never recaptured that success.
It's true. We had like a 4 or 5 squad, and we won like literally every single game.
Like
and then from then
night.
on, it was just like people who play Overwatch know how rare that is.
Yeah,
we know how rare it is because every night after that, we proceeded to lose pretty much
like
every
3
game.
and 3,
Yeah.
4 and 2. If you're positive, that's a huge win. But
yeah.
Anyway, the point I was making there, the friend I used to have that we played Overwatch together, still text occasionally, but you and him sound incredibly similar, and it always makes me laugh.
Oh yeah.
But he was a big Mercy main, and when sorry, I got distracted. There's
That's
change
okay.
in my pocket.
I can hear the change. I can hear it jangling.
I was taking it out. No, when we were playing Overwatch, the last Resident Evil came out, and he like share played it through PlayStation with me.
Yeah.
So we played Resident Evil 7, like we just switch off. He'd be like, "All right, I gotta go take a piss here," and he'd just give me the controls, which at the time I didn't even know you could do. Just crazy.
Yeah.
Just let somebody else play your game on your saves on your PlayStation. He lived in Georgia, so it's like literally across the country.
Yeah, man.
It was crazy to me. I was like, "Whoa, technology."
Yeah, that's how I played Uncharted 4 the first time. My homie had a PlayStation, and he was like not gonna be home for like a few hours, so he just let me play it, and I was like, oh shit, this game is tits.
Yeah, bro, that 7 was tits, but the point I was bringing it back to, I'm probably gonna play 2 and go, oh shit, Resident Evil, because that's how I was with the 7th one. I hadn't played it in forever. And I mean, shit, Resident Evil's badass. Yeah, and then I'm probably gonna play the second one and then promptly go buy the new Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, the early ones are, from what I understand, like so much. I haven't played one since
they're very different.
4. Yeah,
I played
they're way different.
3, and that was the only one I had played. I think it was 3 or 4. I don't remember which one.
It was probably 4 because that one was like real big.
I was probably 4 then. So that was the only one I had played, and I played 7. I was like, this is way different. But it seems like 8 is very similar to 7. It's just a different setting and villains and everything. Yeah, but it's sort of a continuation, I think.
I don't know. I mean, all I know is like horror is the jam. I mean, we both talked about Outlast and how like lit that game is. But
game is a fucking
oh my god,
show.
My arms are fucking hurting. I decided to do lifting today, and I haven't done that in
you even lift, bro.
Like, I haven't done it in probably a year, and like I can't even lift my arms. I just
don't lift for shit, bro.
Like I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't like.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. We had to do it in our gym class sometimes, and I interned for my AD. And we were always pretty close. But he was my gym teacher 1 year, or a couple years actually. But anyway, we were doing lifting one time, and I like my back's fucked up, and I had only lifted a couple times before that, and he was watching me do it. He was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "This looks terrible." He's just shitting on me. And he's like, "You got to do this, this, and this." And I was like, "I physically can't." I was like, "My knees and my back don't let me do that."
Yeah, man, I don't like it. I don't know if I'm gonna continue to. Oh my god! All right. Look, we're going to talk about baseball in a moment. Welcome to Stone Sports, your number one place for sports news. I promise we'll get there. But we got to talk about the fucking MLB app. I just got a notification.
It's garbage.
This is all it says. This is all the notification says. New York Mets, the official app of the New York Mets. What the fuck? Like, why? Why did I need to? Oh my god! It's
the fucking MLB app is garbage.
It's trash.
Never update it. Never use it. You just follow all the MLB shit that you want to follow on ESPN, and they'll give you the notifications an hour late, but you get them.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's the thing about the MLB app. I use it just to follow. I follow the Mets, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays. Weirdly enough, I just started following because I felt like they were going to be a little better this year. So I was like,
they don't have great pitching. They have Meech's boy, Backpack Ryugan, but other than that, their pitching staff is pretty weak.
Yeah, I don't know. I had this like, weird gut feeling that they might be like better this year, so I kind of wanted to follow them. It's not, what I thought it would be.
Let's hit this oof, and then we'll get into
and then we'll get to the baseball. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. And
then we'll progress into the rest of our scheduled programming here.
So professional.
Yeah, right?
Nice job.
Thanks, man. All right, so we're going to Minnesota for this one. Normally we're in Florida or somewhere overseas.
I'm actually going to Minnesota in a couple months for like 3 days. So hit me.
Or fucking what? What the fuck is in Minnesota?
I'm going to see Ween. I have a friend who lives in Minneapolis.
That's just as obscure as Minnesota. So that's fitting.
Everyone knows Ween, though. Come on.
No.
Yeah.
No one knows Ween. What the fuck is Ween?
Do you know Ween? Yeah, you do.
No.
Have you ever seen the SpongeBob movie?
Yeah.
Okay. You know the song Ocean Man, take me by the hand, take me to the land. That's
what
Ween.
Part of the movie is it in?
I think it's at the end of the movie. I can't remember, but I know it's in the movie.
Their names are Gene and Dean Ween.
Gene and Dean Ween. Hell yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you should check them out. Their music is super weird. They have like all these weird. They have a song called Big Fat Fuck, which is just this like funky groove, and then this voice over top of it going, feeling like a big fat fuck. You gotta check it out. It's really weird and fucking hilarious. They have songs called like Waving My Dick in the Wind and shit like that. Great.
Oh,
band.
They did the Loop de Loop song.
Yeah. They're like everyone knows at least one Ween song. They just don't know that it's Ween. That's the like,
and
weird
Dean
part.
Ween and Gene Ween sound like made up fucking people. Like if I didn't look this up and then at the end of this conversation you just went gotcha, I'd have been like, yeah, I fucking knew it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to Minnesota for that. So let me know what's happening in Minnesota so I can prepare myself.
Fucking Ween. All right. So this guy set a record. His name is Joe Grismore. Joe Grismore set his first record in 2020 when his fan mohawk was measured at 42.5 inches tall.
Jesus Christ.
Grismore said his stylist, Kay Jetman, and his wife, Laura Grismore, helped him mold his now 50.9-inch hair into the world's tallest spike mohawk. Kay and I had worked for a long time, Grismore said, as far as how to make this all happen. We just did it without ratting it, laying on the floor, different hairsprays. I don't know. Big trial and error, but we made it.
Oh my God, that's so big. That's 4 feet and 2 inches.
This man's already like 6 feet tall, and his hair goes up another 4, dude. He's got a duck to get into fucking rooms just because of his goddamn mohawk.
How do you
his
get
outdated
that to stand
hairstyle?
Up? I used to have one. And if
That's
we wanted
used
to get it,
outdated.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's the oof part of it.
Although this kid at work is rocking a mullet right now, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, like Mitch Marner. Did you see Mitch Marner's haircut the other night? I was like,
Yeah,
what
dude.
the fuck, bro? Yeah, it's weird how like some people can wear a mullet, and I'm like lit, and then some people wear it, and you're just like, no.
What the fuck are you doing?
I don't think it's actually the mullet. I think it's the person. You know, like if you're a cool person, you can carry the mullet. But if you're like a meth head, the mullet doesn't work for you. It just like magnifies methness.
What really did it for me was I came into work and he was like, "Hey, like the mullet?" And I was like, "I absolutely do."
Holy shit. That's amazing. That's like some fucking like Adult Swim like home movie shit. Hey, like the mullet?
I was like, now I do.
That's super awkward. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I used to have a mohawk, and to get it to stand up, mine was probably, I don't know, I'd say like 6, 8 inches. Well, 8, 10 inches. And to get it to stand up, I would literally have to use like a whole can of hairspray on one side and then another can on the other. So that's a lot of work to get a 4-foot mullet to stand up. God knows what that dude's doing to his hair. He's going to get like hair cancer.
Probably more work than whatever lifting you did.
Oh, that's so true. That's so true. All right, let's
hold on before last point on this fucking mohawk shit. David Rush got another record to beat, homie.
Oh yeah, but that one's a long game. He's not going to be able to just bullshit his way through that one like he does every other fucking record.
He'll probably look at it and go, "That's too hard." No chance.
Not rushing to do that one. Hey,
oh,
nice. All right,
little Oscar Wilde wordplay.
Yeah, you like that?
Call back to last episode.
Yeah, come on now.
By the way, I clipped the Rail and Gator Tales conversation from last episode, and I've watched it probably 30,000 times. It makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, that's real cokehead terminology. I'm not kidding you. All right, let's get to the baseball. So,
baseball.
Yeah. So,
have you seen my baseball?
Forgot about that. So, what do you want to talk about first with baseball? Because there is surprisingly quite a bit to talk about.
Yeah, a lot happened this week. But I think we should start with the biggest fuckery of the week since we moved from the oof to baseball. Let's hit the baseball oof of the week with the Pittsburgh Pirates, who in themselves are typically an oof. But did you see the Javi Baez shit?
I did.
So the worst part of that, Birdie? 2 outs.
Oh, no way.
So let's set the stage.
Holy shit.
There's a runner on third for the Cubs. I don't know what inning it was. I don't know what the score was, but I know there were 2 outs. Javi Baez hits like a little dribbler. Or was it a drop third strike?
I don't.
No, because it was a ground ball to the first baseman.
Yes, it was.
That's why.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Yeah.
Little dribbler to first base. Player for the Pirates picks it up, which I forgot his name. I don't think I wrote it down. Do you have it?
Absolutely not.
All right, hold on. You can cut this part out.
No, we're keeping it. All right. It's not going anywhere. This shit stays in.
Will Craig.
Go. All right.
I knew it was something super basic, and I was like, I almost debated writing it down. And I was like, I can remember that, and no.
It's like John Smith.
Yeah. So Will Craig picks up the ground ball from Javi Baez. There's 2 outs. Typical baseball. What do you do there, Birdie?
You
tag first base.
Yeah, you tag the base.
Yeah.
It's like it's such a simple answer. My brain froze. It's like, what do you mean? What do you do? Like, you just tag them out.
That's day one baseball. There's 2 outs. Ground ball goes to first base.
It's not even day one baseball. Like, we're born with that knowledge now. There are grooves in our brain dedicated to that specific fact when we're born.
That's how simple this is, Will Craig. But anyway, this fucking dude, instead of and Javi Baez, credit to him, just on the fly, just being like, fuck it, I'm gonna run back to home.
Yeah.
The dude picks up the ball, and instead of tagging first base, Javi Baez sees this and starts running back to home. First baseman starts chasing down Javi Baez back to home plate while there's 2 outs, could just tag it, inning over. Then the runner sees this that's on third and starts going for home. Javi Baez stalls long enough. Craig goes to throw the ball into the plate to beat the runner from third. Safe. Yep. So you got,
but wait,
wait. The ball goes to home plate after the runner's safe. Javi Baez breaks back to first, and because there's no one covering, because the first baseman ran the ball back down the line, Will Craig, Javi Baez is safe at first. Inning continues, and a run scores.
But
Pittsburgh Pirates.
Wait, doesn't he make it to first and then
makes it to first?
Catcher tries to
second.
Yeah, he gets to second base. He turns
so much
it
worse.
into a double. He turns it into an RBI
triple.
and a double.
Triple.
Oh, was it a triple?
Third.
Oh my God!
They threw it past second base again, and he ran into third.
Yeah, because like
and
here's
the announcer was just going, "Keep going, keep going, Javi."
Because here's the funny thing, man. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I came downstairs yesterday, and my brother was in the living room watching some old UFC fight. I don't remember what it was, and I brought up something with hockey, and then he brought up that play, and he was like, "Did you watch it?" And I was like, "No, like I don't fucking watch the Cubs. Like I just don't care about the Cubs." And he was like, "Dude, it's fucking stupid." And then you were like, yo, we got to talk about this on the show. And I was like, all right, I need to watch this. And my jaw hit the floor. Like, it's just...
What movie was it?
It was no movie. He was watching...
I'm sorry.
Like,
my Discord cut out, and I just heard your brother, so I assumed it was a movie.
No, he was watching, like, an old UFC fight. I just don't remember what fight it was. But, when I saw the play, like, my jaw hit the floor because it's one thing when you see a huge error made... It's one thing if a couple of things happen, but to have all of that happen in one sequence is
of course it happened to none other than the Pittsburgh fucking Pirates.
Exactly. And it's just my jaw hit the floor. That was my first thing. It was pure shock and awe. And then my second feeling was just so much sympathy for Pirates fans because they have to just, I mean, they've got to feel worse than Buffalo Sabres fans right now.
I remember when we talked to Chris Carter, and he was like, I mean, I was alive for like when Bonds and them were making the conference or the league championship and everything.
Right.
I was like 3 years old. I don't remember that. So that's like that. Like the Pirates fans are just so broken and beaten down at this point.
Yeah.
At least they have the Steelers. At least they have the Penguins. Like that, Pittsburgh is successful.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I mean. Even Buffalo,
but the Pirates are so goddamn bad, dude.
Is there a town where every team is terrible?
I feel like there used to be.
Maybe Cleveland, although I don't know. Like their basketball team could be all right.
Well, they were when LeBron was there, and he got them their title, but they sucked pretty much 40 years before that.
Right. I can't think of anything.
Cleveland was a good bet, but again, LeBron won the title, and like Buffalo would be a good bet. But the Bills are starting to get good.
But the Bills are on the way up. So
and they only have 2 teams, so it's kind of tough.
Is Atlanta right now? Because what do you got? You got the Falcons. They're not too bad. But the Braves. Oh, my God. You want to talk about that? And then we'll move to the rest of the baseball real quick?
Yeah, let's get – I'm back.
Okay.
Let's get it, bro.
Let's talk about the Braves, bro.
Let's get to the Braves. We'll start with both bad news, but we'll start with the less bad news. I guess.
Yeah. That's. I think that let's take it easy on the Braves fans.
Yeah. All right. Mike Soroka, their ace, was already out due to an Achilles injury. Dude's got a whole lot worse. Going to be out for the rest of the season due to a setback in his rehab. So Mike Soroka, Braves ace, will not be available to them until 2022.
God damn.
Yeah.
That is tough, dude.
Especially when you're a playoff contending team like the Braves.
Right, exactly. Yeah, God, that's
and you're expecting
tough.
to get that guy back for your playoff push, and now you're like, oh, fuck.
But wait, was it a couple episodes ago, or maybe last episode, we talked about them either destroying someone else or getting destroyed by
the
someone.
Braves beat the Pirates like $20.
Okay. All right. Never mind. Because, the Mets.
Poor Pirates, dude.
Yeah. Well, because, we were talking about it last night. The Mets, beat up on the Braves last night. I just kept getting notification after notification after notification about McCann. He hit his first at bat was a home run. Then he hit, I think, a triple. And then he got a couple singles and he literally was just on base every hit. If it wasn't a home run, that dude at the end of the game, the score was 13-2. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. That's the thing, bro, about the Mets. We keep talking about how they've played less games than everybody else, but they keep the past week or so, they keep winning. Granted, they've only been playing the Rockies.
You guys are going to have a real tough week coming up, though.
I know.
You have 3 double headers in the same week.
Yeah. I mean,
you have 10 games in 7 days.
I'm not, like I said before a few episodes
ago. It's kind of fucking crazy if you think about it.
It is.
Yeah. 10 professional baseball games in 7 days.
Yeah, it is crazy. But like I said a couple of weeks ago, I am not really watching the games live right now because Stanley Cup. But, once that's over, I'll probably be hitting the games. I don't know. I feel more optimistic than I did at the start of the season about the Mets because they're actually now it seems like they're hitting. At first it was they just weren't hitting at all. And there is some inconsistency in the hitting still, but at least they're hitting sometimes. Where it was every game they just weren't hitting at all. It was 2 runs and that's all they could pull in. So I'm a little more optimistic now, but still cautiously optimistic because it's the Mets and we all know how that goes.
That's just how you do with the Mets.
Yeah, it's just how you have to live. And it's if they win a World Series, well, then it's a nice surprise. But let's be real. If the Mets ever win a World Series, that fucking riot is gonna be insane. It's gonna be crazy. Because I'm a Mets fan, but
the
I'm
Cubs
not.
One was pretty crazy.
Right. I'm a Mets fan, but I'm not most Mets fans who are just it's in their blood. They literally I'm like that with the Rangers, right. Where it's other people are like that with the Mets, but yeah,
with all of the Boston sports.
Right. Well, that makes sense because, most of the Boston teams are, I guess you could say all of them, except for the Patriots last season, are always doing really well. So
yeah, but the Patriots have been
the
dynasty for the last 20
Exactly.
years. Probably the greatest dynasty in the history of sports.
That's a great question. We should maybe cover that on the next episode. Try to figure out what the greatest dynasty. Let's do this on the next episode, okay? Wow, people really love listening to this. But let's do this. Next episode, we'll do greatest dynasty in every sport and then see if we can come up with a one that's the greatest of all time. It'll probably be the Pats, but we should try anyway. Because that could be interesting.
We should do that.
That could be really interesting.
There's a couple hockey ones from way back in the day, too.
Yeah, there are, Canadians and stuff. But
those are going to get hurt by the amount of teams.
Yep, for sure.
Modern
for sure.
sports.
Any other baseball stuff you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, let's get back to the Braves real quick.
Yeah.
We'll go to a darker subject here. Marcelo Ozuna is charged for felony aggravated assault for strangulation.
Woo!
In the state of Georgia, that carries a minimum of 1 year in prison and a maximum of 20. So Ozuna is going to be doing time.
Jesus Christ. Who did he strangle?
His wife. This comes a year after his wife, Genesis, was arrested on domestic violence charges for allegedly hitting Ozuna in the face with a soap dish.
Holy shit. That's a dysfunctional ass marriage.
Here's a bigger problem with that. Or not a bigger problem, because that's the biggest problem here.
Right.
You need to get your fucking life figured out.
Yeah.
But for the Braves, their biggest issue here, Ozuna's in the first year of a 4-year, $65 million deal.
Oh, no.
And if he's doing prison time.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's something in the.
I was literally about to ask.
I don't know if there's something in the CBA that would void it for jail time.
Right, exactly. Because I feel like, and I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but I feel like that's not the team's fault, and they should not have to be penalized for that. I don't know though. We have to do some research and get back to it. You want to talk about?
I'm gonna have to look that up deeper.
Yeah, for sure. You want to talk about Pujols? There's some interesting things with Pujols himself, and then with Bellinger. I have some questions, so go ahead and run us through.
Yeah, I got a couple Dodgers things here.
Yeah,
Albert Pujols would have had a walk-off home run, his first with the Dodgers, until Yankees Mike Tauchman jumped up and robbed his ass.
Yeah, I watched that too, and I was like, damn. That was
back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the craziest thing I've ever seen in a baseball game.
It was a great catch.
But goddamn, was it beautiful?
Yeah,
it's like
it was a great fucking catch.
Yeah, I would turn around,
like Hall of Fame highlight reel, but it was.
I would walk up to the closest player next to me and be like, "Yo, I'm getting laid tonight," because that was a baller. I'm looking at my notes right now, and it auto corrected Baez's name to Baby Baez.
Baby Baez.
New nickname. Yeah, that was a nutty catch, and Bellinger is coming back, right?
Bellinger, yeah, he just returned for the Braves, stuck on the Braves. Just returned for the Dodgers. Meach would have been pissed about that one.
Yeah, he would.
Bellinger returns for the Dodgers. He was batting cleanup the other day. So good to see the former MVP back in the lineup for the Dodgers.
Now, go ahead.
One last thing with Pujols before we get to your Bellinger question. He is one extra base hit behind Babe Ruth for third all time.
Nice.
I don't think he's going to catch Barry Bonds or Hank Aaron. I think this will be his last season. But
right. How many, what's the number on that? Like, how many base hits is it?
1,300 something.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Because there's two, Aaron and Bonds are the only people that have over 1,400.
Right.
And Bonds is 1,440 and Aaron is 1,477.
Yeah. I have Hank Aaron's autograph somewhere in this room. I just have to find it.
1,354 is what Pujols is at right now.
Okay, so 1,355 would be.
Basically, he needs 100 more extra base hits, which is like 3 seasons worth.
Yeah, he's not
of like a solid production.
Right. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah. So my question with Bellinger, and again, like I'm not following, the Dodgers or anything really, but he's a first baseman, right?
He plays a bunch of positions. He plays first base. He plays outfield for him, but he's listed as a first baseman.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, like, I know they had God, what's that guy's name? It's kind of a funny name. Is it Muncy? Is that his name?
Max Muncy.
Max Muncy. Yeah. All right. First of all, we
Muncy
could turn this country around if everybody was naming their children Max Muncy.
That's facts.
We could turn this country around.
That is
we could right the fucking ship. But I know he filled in, and then they moved him to second, and they got Pujols, right?
Each is the one to ask on this, but Muncy only plays against lefties or righties. I don't know which one it is, and I believe Bellinger plays every day. When Muncy isn't in, I think Bellinger plays first. When he is, he plays outfield.
Right. Okay. I was just confused about how this was all going to work now, because they got Pujols after the Bellinger thing.
And Roberts is always big on pinch hitting, and he
right. That's what I figured.
And righties, he has
happen.
2 completely different lineups. Like the Dodgers are always doing that shit. So
right. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. All right. Any other baseball stuff before we get to? I guess we could do the NBA playoffs before we do NHL. Probably the best bet.
Yeah, we could do that. Last thing I had today's Red Sox game against the Marlins got postponed. That's going to be rescheduled on June 7th. They're going to have a doubleheader.
Why did it get postponed?
Rain.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's been raining here like the last 4 days.
Yeah, it rained pretty fucking hard for a couple days here too, and I had to move a bunch of furniture in that rain. So that was a blast. But nobody wants to hear about that. Yeah.
One more thing, which is a quick one.
Sure.
We had our 20,000th run scored in the MLB. Last week we had our, what was it? Was it 20,000th player? Or 200? I think it was 200,000th.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was definitely a 2 of some kind.
Yeah, that jumped out to me.
Probably
some point when I was high. Yeah, dude. And I saw the similar numbers, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
My high brain just attached.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. 20,000 runs plated. That's
janitor-esque savant.
I mean, I know we were like, kind of, giving you a little bit of shit for that stat, but it is actually, when you sent that to me today, I was like, damn, that's kind of fucking cool.
That's nutty.
I want all those stats for every sport. Like, I want how many touchdowns have been scored, how many goals have been scored in hockey, and how many 3-pointers in basketball,
Some fucking nerd out there is keeping those stats. And there's a big one like that, they'll let us know.
Yeah, and he's like in a basement with a CB radio in case
he's just waiting for
war.
Shit like that to hit like 50,000, 20,000.
Yep. Oh, hell
like
yeah. That's going to be his best day, bro. That's going to be his best day. All right, well, let's talk about the NBA playoffs. Walk me through basically what's happened thus far. I have some questions about the Knicks series because I've seen some people posting some stuff. So we'll get to that whenever you're ready. But yeah, what's going on in the NBA playoffs, bro?
So far, we've got right now we've got the Nets Celtics on. They are beating the shit out of us. 133-109 in the fourth, so that's going to be a loss. We are going to go down 3-1 to Brooklyn there, so that series pretty much over.
Right, but isn't that kind of expected? I mean,
it was expected by me. Yeah,
right.
We don't have Jaylen Brown, and people were getting excited because we won the other night, and Tatum put up 50, and it was like, but Tatum had to put up 50 just to get one win.
Right. Exactly.
Like, you can't do that every game. It's
no,
that's sustainable. Tatum's phenomenal, and he put up 50 like 2 weeks ago too. But it's 1 star versus 3, so it's just that's how the NBA is right now.
Yep, yeah, for sure.
So Celtics probably done, but like I said, expected that. Tomorrow, Philly is going to go against the Wizards. They are up 3-0 in that series. Basically just straight out domination from Philly. They look great. They look like a title contender right now.
Okay, so for everyone listening, who they probably already know this if they listen regularly, I don't follow basketball at all. Haven't since probably sometime in the mid to late 90s. So the Wizards, are they doing okay at all? Like, if they're in the playoffs, I take it they're not that bad because they were like garbage for a while, bro.
They were garbage. They got good. They got bad. They got good. They've done a lot of shit, but right now they have Bradley Beal. And they have Russell Westbrook.
Right.
So they just have one of the best backcourts in the NBA right now.
Right.
Which is really carrying them. They have a couple young pieces, but I mean, Bradley Beal rumors are constant. Westbrook got traded there for John Wall because John Wall was unhappy,
but they're still
Washington
getting absolutely like destroyed by Philly.
Yeah, they're getting fucking wrecked, and it is like a 8 seed, 7-8.
Right. Okay.
I think Philly was the 1 seed, so
right. So that all makes sense then. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So let me ask you a couple questions about this Knicks series. So I see people posting all sorts of hate about some guy they're playing. His name's Trey something. See, this is how
Trae
stupid
Young.
I am. Yeah,
Trae
like
Young.
People are saying like constantly that it's like the most boring basketball in the world to watch, and that like there was I heard that there's some sort of foul that was controversial.
I did not see that foul.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Trae Young is just basically Steph Curry light, where as in he's a big like 3-point jacket up shooter.
Right.
He's a great passer, and it's just like Atlanta fans love watching him, but if you're like Philly, you're just gonna fucking hate it. You're gonna hate it. It's just not what.
Well, did you see
and again, he's lighting them up for fucking 25 and 10 every night. So.
Yeah. Did you see the like Twitter is a video someone posted to Twitter of like 50 Cent like yelling at him from like the court side. And
Yeah,
I
bro.
was like, yo, he's totally just giving him shit right now. I kind of love 50, bro.
I love 50 Cent.
Yeah.
I was talking to Beach on the other day because a fan spit on Trey Young and he got banned from MSG, and I was like, finally a justified banning at MSG. So we've had a bunch of people get banned for no reason, but that's fucking justified. You can't be doing that.
No, you can't,
especially right
yeah
after they let fans back in from a fucking pandemic. You can't be spitting on people, bro. You can't do that anyway.
Christ. Fucking Knicks fans, I guess, huh? All right, well, this has been the educational minute of Dubs educating Birdie on basketball. So I'll let you get back to talking through the playoffs here.
All right. The Bucks, they eliminated the Miami Heat, defending Eastern Conference champion Miami Heat. Am I fucking... No? Okay, we're back.
Yeah, you're good. You've been good the whole time. Solid as a rock, baby.
Solid as a rock. Finally!
Finally. You'll have to post that to the Twitter because people are going to be like, I don't know what is happening.
We're just going to bring up random cut up wrestling promos every week and nobody has any idea what we're talking about. I love it. Yeah, defending Eastern Conference champion Miami Heat were dethroned by the Bucks. A lot of people saying they were frauds. A lot of people saying they're dumb for not trading Tyler Hero for James Harden. All that's gonna happen all off season. You got bounced in the first round in a sweep. However, just like the Sixers, the Bucks look like a legitimate championship contender, and right now it looks like it's gonna be Bucks Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Nets are in there too, of course, because they're beating the shit out of us.
Right. So
I think I favor the
favorite?
Nets over the. I think the Nets are still the favorite. So the Nets, they've KD, Kyrie, and Harden, and then the Bucks and the Sixers have stepped up into that talk for Eastern Conference champion, but I still think the Nets hold the edge.
I mean, like I said, I don't follow basketball, but I have watched some Nets highlights, and it's absurd. It's ridiculous. Like they just have all that. What's the word? Like manpower, and it's clicking too. Like that's the thing. Like. We talked about very early on in the season. I seem to remember us talking about how there might be like too many cooks in the kitchen, as it were. But it seems to be working gelled, from man. Like they're clicking, like it's happening, and it's just wild to see. So we want to talk about the hockey playoffs now. You want to talk about some NHL because there's a lot to talk about. Let me sit up here. My back hurts. You want to talk about some hockey?
Let me run through the last 4 series where they're at. I won't go in depth, and we'll get some hockey because we're running a little long on the basketball, the hardwood.
It's all good.
But Utah leading the Grizzlies 2-1. Grizzlies being led by the emergence of Ja Morant. Twitter collectively on the Grizzlies side. It's just NBA Twitter in general. They're really big fans of Ja Morant. Suns Lakers tied 2-2 as well. Blazers Nuggets, same thing with Clippers Mavs. Actually, sorry, Clippers still down 2-1. That game starts at 9:30 tonight.
Okay.
So we'll have more to talk about those series
next
time.
Next time. We should start whipping out the Scottish accents.
Yeah.
There's been a murder.
Are you trying to tell me there's been a murder?
Don't see it. Don't see that.
Don't say it.
All right. Let's get to some hockey because, like I said, there's a lot to talk about. So the first thing, I guess, where did we leave off on the last episode? Where I guess you guys were about to win the Cap series, and you did win. So you started against the Islanders last night.
The final game was
when we were recording, right? Yeah. And then it looked like it was like 3-2, and then you guys just locked it up, and that was over. Let me go back and we'll see. Because let's see, the Wild officially lost to the Knights. So
they lost Game 7 to Vegas 6-2.
They did.
Vegas went on. They're going to be playing the Avs in round 2.
Yep. And then let's see. The Canes closed out the Preds. Islanders closed out the Pens. Lightning closed out the Panthers.
You said Preds and Pens. That sounded similar.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, all right. So there's a few things we need to talk about here. Firstly, let's talk about the Leafs and the Canadiens.
Okay.
So I don't know if you
They're
watched.
They're going to be going to Game 7.
Yes,
no, I was locked in on my Islanders Bruins.
Yes, which they won. Fuck yeah, let's go Bees. We'll get to that series in a minute because I have some thoughts on it. But the Leafs and the Canadiens is hilarious to me because the Leafs as a team on paper should be destroying that team, like just wiping the floor with them.
Montreal's had so much turnover this year and coaching and everything. Like, no reason Montreal should be going to Game 7 with Toronto. Toronto should have fucking
it should
done with that shit.
It should have been like a 3-1, or a 4-2 series. Like, and I'm watching last night, and up until sometime I believe in the third period, it's just all a goalie battle all night long. And then Montreal breaks through. The goal gets challenged by Sheldon Keefe, who I think is a good coach. And
coach of, for people.
The Maple Leafs, sorry. And the challenge is overruled, and so they're assessed a minor penalty. And then the Maple Leafs actually scored. It went back and forth, and I think it went to... No, it wasn't double OT. I think it was just one OT period, and the Canadiens win. So now they're going into Game 7. Canadiens have crawled back into the series and won in overtime. So if I'm a Leafs fan... I heard it. If I'm a Leafs fan, I'm very scared now. Because anytime a team pulls some shit like that, they're riding high. This is what happened to the Kings the last time they won the Stanley Cup. They went every series 7 games, and they won the Cup. So it's...
grind it out.
Yeah, I mean, that can... It sounds so stupid, but it really can make a difference. If the Canadiens beat the Leafs, and let's say, hypothetically, you're Austin Matthews, are you staying? I don't know if I am.
Name not like a bitch.
Forgot that's your name. Because, this is the point I have. Honestly, I think this playoffs in general could potentially cause, a massive migration of really good players, right? Let's go down the list. Jack Eichel this season, he's got to be leaving Buffalo. Speaking of which, we never even covered this. Did you see his exit interview?
No.
Holy shit, dude.
I'll have to watch it.
He comes into his exit interview, and he basically says... I need to get surgery, and they're not letting me get surgery. I want out, is basically what he says. What the fuck? So Jack Eichel's leaving. Then we got to talk about the Oilers, because they got destroyed by the Jets.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And I'd like to say, and this is no attack at Meech at all, even though it might sound like that. I'd like to say you and I are vindicated in that, because we said... At the very beginning of the season, we're like, yep, Oilers will get there, and then they will shit the bed because they'll score 4 goals and they'll give up 5.
They don't have defense. Yep.
And after one of the games, Draisaitl says, if you score 4 goals, you're supposed to win the game. It's just so sad. So
we've been preaching it.
Yeah, so it's this is what I was talking about when I texted you last night, the effects of the playoffs is, If I'm Connor McDavid, I've been there for 5 years now, and we haven't won a playoff series, I'm fucking out. If I'm Leon Draisaitl, I'm too fucking good for this team.
Especially
out.
McDavid's gone. I'm fucking out.
I'm out, right? So I just feel like you're gonna have this migration. I don't know about Austin Matthews, but
I think he stays. I think you're gonna have Toronto in a couple years running into a salary issue, and you're probably gonna see somebody like a Marner get traded, or one of those other top forwards leaving free agency.
Yeah.
You start seeing some of that with Toronto.
Yeah, or they might move like Bogosian or something like that. Right. I agree with you 100%. But I'm honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if McDavid is out, which here's my theory. I'm just going to float this out there. I think Jack Eichel is going to go to the New York Rangers, and Connor McDavid, if he leaves the Oilers, is going to go to the Kings. Because to get Connor McDavid, the package is going to have to be ridiculous. I mean, you're talking a couple first-round picks and
still
some good
5
players.
years of control on him, too, though. So the Oilers could also just be like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they could, but it's tough, right? Like, if a player basically says, I don't want to play here anymore, why would you? You know what I mean?
Right. That's what you run into at the NBA with Harden.
Right. It's not a good situation to be in because I feel like, one, it's going to affect their play. They're going to phone it in, and then that's going to trickle down.
It fucks up the chemistry. It fucks up everything. And you're also losing value because everyone knows he wants out.
Right. Exactly. So I honestly, I believe he's going to go to the Kings if he leaves because they're the only team besides the Rangers that really has the assets to get him.
Personally, I think the McDavid and Matthews stay put. I think Eichel does go to the Rangers, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's like kind of hard to believe, but it's either going to be McDavid or Draisaitl. Like, I feel like one of them is going to leave and probably go to the Kings, which would be dope for the Kings. I know Meech would be so pumped if they got Draisaitl. Like, man, he'd be through the roof. He loves that guy. And I get it. He's a good player.
The German dream.
Yeah, the German dream. So let's talk about the Bruins and the Islanders series. And how
David
we
Pastrnak
feel like it's
just
go.
dropped his dick on the fucking ice and said, "Here I am, New
Oh
York."
my God. And honestly, dude, when that first goal got scored, I knew, because the Islanders scored first, I knew that you were probably like, oh shit. And I was like, in my head, I was like, nah, it's nothing. It's nothing.
In the time I've been alive watching the Bruins, we have never had a score like David Pastrnak.
Yeah.
We've had players better overall. I think, like, Bergeron, I think, gives him a run for being
I think the difference between Bergeron and Pastrnak is Bergeron is like a clutch player. Like, when you need it the absolute most, he's going to give it to you.
And like on Pasternak's first goal, right at the end of the first period, it was because Bergeron won the faceoff.
Right,
like
that's
20
what I'm
seconds
saying.
left in the period. He won the faceoff. They got it over to Pastrnak, and he fucking put it away.
Yeah.
But
I'm
just saying, from a pure scoring standpoint, we've never had a score like
a finesse player standpoint. Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Goddamn good.
Yeah, he really is. And it's like we talked about last night. It's not even necessarily, for me personally, his goal scoring ability or any of that. It's like the way he sees the ice, his like hockey IQ, if you will. He's always in the right place.
He's always in the right place, and once he gets the puck, it's if he needs to let go of it right away, he lets go of it right away. If he needs to hold it, he holds it. If he needs to dish it, he dishes it. But he's always making the right decisions. His hockey IQ is through the roof, and like you said, his positioning is perfect.
It's on point all the time.
Chemistry with him, Marchand, and Bergeron.
I mean, they call it the perfection
line. They call it that for a damn reason.
Which, dude, I was thinking about this last night too, when I was watching the game.
See, Jason Tatum put up 40 and he lost by fucking 15.
Oh, Jesus, that's ridiculous, dude.
KD also put up 42, and Kyrie, I think, had like 38. So
wow, yeah. What can you do? But no, I was watching the game last night, and I was thinking about it. You know, a few years ago, you traded Adam Fox to us for Rick Nash, who had to retire because of health reasons. So that's, I'm not going to necessarily say the Bruins got hosed on that trade because
no, and he did well when we had him.
Yeah, but can you imagine? And I don't want to imagine this because it'd be a living hell for me. But could you imagine if he stayed and your top defensive pairing was McAvoy and Fox?
Yeah,
I mean, what the fuck?
And then you have Carlo on the second line.
It would be,
Miller,
unstoppable. Like it would be unstoppable. There would be no scoring against the Bruins.
in the net.
Yeah, you literally would not be able to score against them. But yeah, as far as the series goes, how do you feel about it? You feeling optimistic at all?
I feel pretty confident. So I was a little nervous when they came out and scored at first, but like you said,
Yeah.
It set the tone because it's the first game of the series. If it was game 2 and they came out and did that, I'd be a little less nervous than I was. But as soon as we tied it up, I was like, all right, here we go. Fucking Sorokin was giving up a ton of rebounds.
Yep.
Which, what if you just keep firing them on the net, which we were doing, they're gonna go in, which started to happen.
Well, I mean, in playoffs too, like rebound control is the name of the game. If you're a goalie, you have to control those rebounds. You can't be giving that shit up, man.
Yeah.
That being said, I do think he'll be a beast in a couple years, though.
And like they came out hot. We tied it. Second, they're kind of timid, and then in the third, they just look dead.
Yeah, well, okay.
Like they look kind of flat.
I'm so glad you mentioned
you're gonna
this.
be in the first game. I don't think that bodes well for you in the series.
I agree with you, and I'm so glad you mentioned this. And I don't want to jinx the Bruins at all, but I thought this last night. Are the Islanders only as good as they are because Barry Trotz is coaching that team? Like, if anyone else is coaching that team, I think that team is not very fucking good. Don't get me wrong. Fucking Barzal is a monster player. And what's that guy's name? There's Pajot. Beauvillier. Great player.
Beauvillier is the one that scored first last night.
Yeah, Beauvillier is an awesome hockey player. I really like the way he
traded
plays.
for Palmieri.
Right, Palmieri's not a bad player. But I don't think if they have any other coach but Barry Trotz, they're even here. You know what I mean? They might make it to the playoffs, but they ain't making it here.
I think that's been the case there for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think
really since Tavares left, everyone was like, oh, that team's going to finish dead last, and they didn't, and they've been good since Tavares left. I think that's a testament to the coaching. Yeah. And the players that are there, agreed, they are good. They do step up, but I don't think they're in the position that they are without Trotz.
Yeah.
I agree with you in that
I think
regard.
he just knows how to, like, coach the team to its, like, max potential. I mean, he starts a lot of games with, like, the third line, that, like, heavy checking line, you know, so that's just solid coaching all around. Sorry, what were you going to say?
The other point I was going to make to the Islanders being flat, it doesn't bode well for them. And the Capitals came out and played us hard.
Right.
The first was it the first 3 games went to OT?
Yeah. At least I think it was the first 2. It could have been the first 3, but I know for a fact it was the first 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Either way, they came out firing against us. And they put us in a position early on where we had to step up, and we still got it done in 5 games. And the Islanders don't give me that same vibe right now. Granted, it was 1 game; they could have just come out flat.
Right,
they'll figure it out. Like we said, they're well coached.
Yep.
They've been in the playoffs the last couple of years. They've gone deep a couple times. So,
yeah,
I'm confident right now, but I am not like, oh, we got this in the bag.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat. I feel like it's the Bruins series to lose. We'll put it that way.
Agreed.
All right, well, I don't really have anything else in hockey to talk about unless you've got some stuff that you want to run through real quick. We could move to football if not.
No, I think I'm all set.
Let's talk about some football. Oh,
football.
My bad.
Sunday.
I'm surprised there's even football news to talk about, really, but I guess I'm not. It's football, and this is America.
We're starting this shit out with a little weed football news.
Oh, yes, I did read about this. Super lit.
Calvin Johnson, one of the greatest NFL wide receivers of all time. Have a Calvin Johnson jersey. Loved Megatron. He's looking to dominate the cannabis industry now. This new company, Primitive.
It's a weird name for a cannabis company.
It is. I read that and I was like, weird. But he's like, let me read the quote here.
Yeah.
Michiganders love their craft everything, from their beer onto their cannabis. We view ourselves as boutique cannabis. We call ourselves Primitive because we believe that cannabis was originally medicine, hence the name Primitive.
Okay,
he also went on to tell
okay.
Yahoo Finance that he's looking to bring a level of professionalism to cannabis. We truly believe in heightening the plant's healing powers. And that's what we're here to do. This is our level of professionalism to the industry, operating on an excellent level while giving solutions to our people. Calvin Johnson, also a big proponent for using weed and for medical purposes for athletes in the NFL. The NFL has since relaxed some of its wellness policies, but Calvin Johnson wants to take it a step further, and he's hoping his company can do that as well as the goals I already stated.
Look at you. That was so professional. I felt like I was watching like Sports Center. I was like in my bed, waking up in the morning, turning on the TV, and Dubs is reading me the sports news. Way to go, man. But let's talk about it.
It means I smoked the perfect amount.
I honestly firmly believe that every professional athlete should be able to smoke pot. The fact that they can't is so ridiculous to me. And the fact that an NHL player can't do that, but that cocaine is not on the banned substance list is ridiculous. Well, that might be changed now because of the
pretty sure that's changed.
Kuznetsov
debacle. I think the Capitals fucked that up for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, we could talk about that in general with the country in general. Like, everyone should just be able to smoke pot all fucking day
right.
long.
I was just gonna say, I think if liquor stores are everywhere, like if your town has a liquor store, there's no reason it can't have a dispensary.
Yeah. It absolutely. I mean, what else can everybody knows? I feel like literally everyone in America feels that way.
And if you're listening to this fucking podcast, obviously you feel that way.
Fair enough. Well, when the company starts, I will definitely make a purchase if possible. If I can purchase it online.
Peek. If I could get some craft cannabis from Calvin Johnson, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Oh, Lord Kropak is calling me. That's what I call Sked. Lord Kropak.
Gotcha. I was like, who
the
fuck? The Lord Commander.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I call him Lord Kropak. Lord Kropak in his house of good. That's what I call him. Okay, so let's get back on track.
Yeah, so we started off football with a little weed news.
Yeah.
Tying it into the Stone Sports. I thought it was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it was.
That car is perfect.
It's not a starter car, it's a finisher car.
Tennessee's gonna ruin the lining.
Make modifications to a Countach. That car is perfect. I haven't thought about that in so long. Sorry. More Sunny references.
You know what episode I was watching the other night that's super underrated?
The
one of the newer ones where they go into the Jimmy Buffett concert.
Oh my god!
And they just argue over the bathroom signs the whole time.
Those are the best episodes, dude. When they have something they have to do, and then they just get so distracted that they don't do it. Oh my god!
For some reason, I've only watched that episode maybe twice, and I did not appreciate it as much as I did. I watched that the other night, and I was fucking in tears.
Like the trial of the
Frank
century.
Keeps arguing his parts, and Dennis is just going, "Why are you on my side? You're just making this worse. Shut your mouth." I hate when you're on my side. It's just the whole episode.
Dennis has become easily the funniest character now.
Like we've talked about it before. Every time we watch it through, I get a new favorite.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like the trial of the century is another example of one of those episodes. One of my personal favorites is the quarantine, when they're like,
I just watched that one too.
Doing the acapella for the Boys to Men concert.
Motown Philly's back again.
That scene where Dennis does the for like 30 seconds is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Like the voice of a man who is ill?
Yes. All right. Let's get it back on track. I said
back to football.
Yeah.
Back to football. So Tim Tebow signed by the Jaguars. We've covered it a couple times here. A little league conspiracy theory going around. Some league execs believe Tim Tebow is being brought in to play a Taysom Hill-like role with the Jaguars. Obviously, we know Taysom Hill's role with the Saints. He's listed as a quarterback, tight end, hybrid. He plays running back. He plays receiver. He does it all. Urban Meyer, new coach of the Jaguars, coached Tim Tebow to national championship at Florida. obviously knows his athletic capability. People are believing that he might be bringing him in to do some crazy tactical shit like Taysom Hill. But
I don't know.
I personally think they signed him as a publicity stunt.
Yeah, no,
I mean, not necessarily done. I feel like that's harsh.
Right.
But Tim Tebow sells fucking tickets.
Yeah.
You have the number one pick. You just got Trevor Lawrence. You have Urban Meyer making his NFL debut. And you bring Tim Tebow back to play fucking football in Florida. You're going to sell jerseys. People are going to pay attention to you.
They're going to go ape shit.
I just said.
Yeah.
What the fuck else are you going to do? And if he can play, golden.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like it's a publicity stunt. I think he's going to get a fair look in like preseason, if you will.
Right.
And if it doesn't work out,
that's the real test. Because we'll know more if he actually makes the opening day roster.
Oh, see, I feel like that's a lock.
That's only 53 people, though. The offseason roster is almost 40 extra spots. It's a 90-man roster, which is what he's on currently.
Right. And I could
he has
be
to beat out
wrong,
fucking 40 more people to make the roster. And that's what.
But does he, though?
Even if
it's
a win-win for now because you still get the publicity, the money, the attention, all that shit. And if he can play and he makes the roster, and you still get all that. Plus, hopefully he's able to play. But if he doesn't, there's no fucking skin off your back.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he
already did
make
his job.
the roster.
Like just him coming in doing what he's already done, which is nothing.
Right.
It's just sell tickets and which not even that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's creating interest.
A buzz. Creating a buzz.
Around a team that desperately needs
He's already done that job. So
yeah.
Anything from here on out is a win for the Jags with Tebow.
Yeah.
Either way,
I feel like it's a lock. He's going to be on the roster in preseason, and, they'll see what happens. That's how I feel about it.
I think his for sure be there preseason. I don't know about.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I think he'll get a fair look in preseason, and if it doesn't work out, they'll cut their losses, which are none, really, as we've discussed.
Brandon Jacobs, former running back for the Giants, won a Super Bowl. In 2013 was the last time he played. He saw Tim Tebow get signed, and he said, I am more athletic than Tim Tebow. It's a quote.
Wow.
And he thinks he can still make a comeback. However, he wants to play defensive end.
Interesting.
I don't know if you've seen Brandon Jacobs, if you know who that is.
Yeah.
Dude was like 6'2", 250 playing running back.
Right.
So he's a big fucking boy. If he's in shape and he can do it, fair. And he also went on to say, he was like, I just want a fair shot. If I bring me in, if I get cut, cut, I'll take it like a man, but I want one more chance. And if he can do it, I know I fucking can. That was basically what he was saying.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd love to see it.
Me too.
I think it's the same thing. I don't think he'll make it. He's a 38-year-old player who's never played the position.
I appreciate the big dick energy, though.
Exactly. And if it happens, I'd love to see it. I'm here for it. I'm rooting for him.
Absolutely. Gotta love a comeback.
Right.
Yeah.
Last thing here for football is the Julio Jones saga. Birdie, strap on in, buddy. It's gonna be a long one because this shit broke the day after we recorded last week, and it's just evolved from there.
Okay.
So I've got bulleted notes taking us from the beginning to the end. So let's start with this.
Okay.
Julio Jones, star wide receiver for the Falcons. There's been trade rumors surrounding him the last couple weeks. Shannon Sharp is the host of, I think it's Uninterrupted now. I don't fucking know.
I think it is. I met him once,
Really?
Yeah, his dad was
that story
a
first.
Football coach for the high school my dad went to.
That's tits.
Yeah, and so I met him, and what was the other Sharp brother? What was his name? Is it Darian or
Derek? I don't know.
I met both of them.
That's
I was
awesome.
just sitting in the clinic at my middle school, and they just walked in, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's Shannon Sharp."
Sterling Sharp.
Yes, that's it. Yes, that is it.
I knew it was an S. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. For some reason, I wanted to say like Darren, but that's just.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Darren Sharper, which is
exactly
not who you want to be thinking.
No, it is not. But yeah, I met him. Super cool. Anyway, continue on your saga.
So yeah, Shannon Sharp on air goes, you know what? I'm gonna call Julio. Get this straightened out. I still don't think Julio Jones knew he was fucking live on air.
Yeah, right.
Did you see the clip?
No, I didn't.
All right, so I'll give you the quote from it.
Yeah.
Calls Julio. He's like, "What up, man? How you doing?" They give like their little intro. Hey, how are you? And then he's like, "All right, so what's the deal, man? What's up with Atlanta?" And Julio goes, "Oh, I'm out of there, man."
Oh no, I did see
and
that.
The whole
I didn't
time,
watch
Skip
the clip,
Bayless
but I
is
read it.
just like shitting his pants, like so excited, like a little kid. He's like, "Ask him this, ask him this, ask him this." And like he's just fucking freaking out, all excited because he knew he was getting a crazy scoop. They're also gonna be fucking everywhere for mixed reactions.
Yep.
But there's speculation they're talking about before they made the phone call. Julio Jones was spotted wearing a Cowboys jersey, so they asked about the Cowboys. He's like, "Well,
this was the part I read." And he said, "What did he say?" He said,
"He goes, come on, man, come on, man, you know I want to win."
Woo.
And then Shannon Sharp goes, "We both know you ain't winning there. We both know you ain't winning there."
Woo, savage. Gotta love that. Gotta love that.
So that obviously created a huge fucking buzz because Julio just said, 1, he's out of Atlanta, and 2, he's not going to Dallas.
Yeah.
Live on fucking air.
Yeah, that's nutty, dude. Like, almost unprecedented.
So rumors went to, oh shit, this guy's getting traded.
Yeah. Yeah. But where?
June 2nd is the first day Julio Jones can be traded from Atlanta. Not because he can't by any rule or anything, but because of cap reasons.
Right,
There's
exactly.
a certain amount of dead cap that it is reduced significantly after June 2nd. I believe it's cut in half from like 15 to 8 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if
that's like standard in most sports. There's like always a date where like after it cuts.
It's like the new league calendar or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, June 2nd is that day. Reports are Atlanta's been offered future first round picks. I don't know if it's 1 or 2. I feel like it was probably 2 at the start, and it's gone down to 1 because now everyone knows he's out of there.
Yep.
He's also going to be 32 years old.
Right.
Granted, it is Julio, and he was injured last season. He played 4 games.
Yeah, I mean it is who it is, but even still, that's reason for concern.
So it's a risk.
Yeah, exactly. It's a calculated risk you're definitely going to take.
I believe he's signed for 3 more years. I'm going to check that.
That's not too bad, though. 3 years is not too bad.
No, so because I'm pretty sure his contract will be up at 35.
I think that's a risk worth taking, depending on, what team it is. It's definitely a risk worth. Where do you think he would go potentially? I mean, I know where you want him to go, but.
So his contract would be up at the end of next season.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. That's a different story then.
It is a different story.
That's a much different story.
But he wants out of there.
Right.
And you're not going to get anything for him at the end of that season.
I mean, if you can get him for next to nothing, like
so now I feel like now that I read that, I feel like a first round pick might be, we'll take that. Depending on what team it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so we were originally the favorite. Patriots came out as the betting favorite immediately.
Right.
There's also a report that we offered, I think I talked about this on the show. We offered for Julio and their 4th overall pick on draft night, and they declined.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
And then Mac Jones ended up falling to us anyway, so it was fine.
Yeah.
But today, that changed to the Titans. So there's been movement in the betting favorites. That changed to the Tennessee Titans today. That was about 11 o'clock. Whenever the lines opened, I don't know what time that is, but whenever the lines opened.
And you said it's June 2nd. So in like a couple days, we'll probably have like a much better idea of what's happening.
Yeah, pretty much right after this podcast comes out, we'll probably have an update. just like last week.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
1 p.m. today, a report came out that the Seahawks have had multiple discussions with the Falcons for Julio.
Well, I mean,
so there's definitely more if those are coming out now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes sense.
And the report
I feel
came
like
out
everyone's
yesterday.
gonna at least make a phone call, right? Well, you're not
Right.
everyone,
And I
but
did
most.
this chronologically. So like yesterday is when the report
Right.
came out for the future first rounder.
Right.
So I think teams saw that and went, oh shit, all right, hold on, we can get Julio. So they're fucking. I think people are lining up at the door to get him now, and that's why the odds have changed. But I still think the Patriots and Titans are the favorite. I think Baltimore is an outside shot. I think Seattle now has an outside shot. And if you look at the impact that would have, you give Mac Jones a legit number one target for his rookie season.
Yeah.
If he goes to Tennessee, you pair him up with AJ Brown, and Tannehill has two legit fucking weapons, and
right
with Derrick Henry. And then we have, if he goes to Baltimore, pair him with Brown, Lamar Jackson, and that offense get a whole lot better. And if he goes to Seattle, there's DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
Right. Yeah. I mean, any of those options is good. And like I said, if you can, I mean, you're not going to be able to give up nothing, but if you can give up as little as possible,
next to nothing.
Yeah. Like if you can give up next to nothing
for what every receiver in the NFL like consensusly say Julio's the number one.
Right. If you can give up next to nothing and it's, there's only 1 year left on the deal, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Because if he comes out good, then you can, sign him again.
And those
if
four
not,
games
just
he
cut
played, those 4 games he played were at the end of the season too.
Right.
So he came on strong at the end.
Right. So I mean, damn, that is a saga.
It's a saga.
It's a saga.
So we ended last week's episode with the Sanchez Fabia saga. And then we land this week with the Julio Jones saga.
Fucking sounds good to me, man. All right, is there anything else you want to talk about before we get the hell out of here?
No, I think that'll fucking do it.
All right. Well, let's
tons of sports this week though.
Hell yeah. Let's take it home. Thanks for listening to this episode. We really appreciate it. Follow us on all the socials. It's Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. It's all Stone Sports Podcast. Say goodbye, bro.
Peace. We're also officially on Amazon now.
Oh, we are. I didn't even know. Lit.
Yeah, not the first one, like they made me resend the request.
Right.
But then the second time went through.
Nice. All right. Well, Amazon too. All right. Later.
Peace.